Hello, one and all present here. This is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome everyone to my class on statistics. And in this class, I'll discuss the question which came in the year February March 2020. And this question was of 5 marks. Okay, and this question is about coefficient of variation. So, guys, I believe you have the basic knowledge about what is the coefficient of variation all about. So in case if you have any doubt on coefficient of variation, so let me first discuss little bit on basics on coefficient of variation. So whenever we talk about coefficient of variation, the formula for the coefficient of variation is standard deviation by average into 100. Okay, this is the formula. So basically, whenever we study measure of dispersion, so in measure of dispersion, we study absolute measure of dispersion, we study a relative measure of dispersion. So like in absolute measure of dispersion, we study range, we study quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation. Like the same way, when we talk about relative measure of dispersion, then we talk a relative measure of dispersion in the name of coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of variance. So, if you have attended all my previous classes, then you have knowledge about all other coefficients, what I have spoke just now. In this class, I'm going to concentrate on coefficient of variation. So, whenever we talk about coefficient of variation, the formula of coefficient of variation is basically standard deviation by average, standard deviation by average into 100. This is the formula of coefficient of variation. So when we talk about this formula of coefficient of variation, when you look into this formula, so this formula basically measures consistency. So because here we talk in the relation between two things, standard deviation which talks about risk, and basically average which talks about return. So this coefficient of variation term will be very important gradually when you study subject like finance, in particularly portfolio management. There these terms will come again and again to you. So you need to make sure that theoretically you should be good with this concept. Okay, everyone. So when we work on coefficient of variation, remember one thing, that if two set of data is given to you, okay, so and for both the set of data, if the question is all about to determine stability or consistency, so you have to understand lesser the coefficient of variance, the lesser the coefficient of variance or variation. Okay, more is the, you have to understand, more is the stability, more is the stability or consistency. So you have to understand this part. Okay, so in case if you get a problem where they are asking you to figure out that out of two set of data which data is more consistent in nature, then in that case you'll find out the coefficient of variation of both the data, and whichever data is having lesser coefficient of variation, that data will be more consistent or more stable. So this question which came in Bangalore University in February March 2020, in this question you can see this question number 3, which is of 5 marks. So in this question, if you can, I hope this is visible to all of you. So this question is like the price of two products in two cities for 10 years. So the data is of 10 year is given below, and you have to find which city has the more stable price. Okay. So for the 10-year data, you get the two city prices, and like you can see two city prices are given to you. You have to find which city is having more stable prices. So for this, what you need to do, you need to find the coefficient of variation for both the city. Okay, and whichever city is having the lesser coefficient of variation, that city will have more stable prices. So I'll do this problem in MS Excel. So you can copy this in your notebook, my steps. Okay, and because the purpose of doing this in MS Excel, because I don't want to waste my time doing squares and all in notebook. So that part when we do in Excel, that can be done in much more lesser time, and we can save our time. In case if you still could not able to understand The Excel part, you can ask me later on in the comment option. So that part can be done very easily. So you don't have to worry on that part. Okay, two cities are given to you. Okay, so I believe you are well versed with the formula you are well with the formula of standard deviation. So and the formula of mean, like if nothing's given, average we take as arithmetic mean only. So here when I talk about standard deviation I represent with sigma. So the standard deviation, if you understand here, raw data is given to you. So the formula of standard deviation, what I'm going to use, I can either use summation of x minus x bar whole square by n. I can use this formula, or I can use the another formula of standard deviation called summation of x square by n minus x bar square. So I can use any of the two formula and I'll get the value standard deviation. Okay, because this is raw data. Okay. So in case if class interval with frequency is given to you, but here this is only raw data. I hope you understand very well. So in case if class interval with frequency will be given to you, if you get class interval with frequency, in case if you get class interval with frequency, so in question if you get class interval with frequency, then probably the formula of standard deviation would be summation of f x minus x bar whole square by summation of f, or you can use another formula called under root of summation of fx square by summation of f minus summation of fx by summation of f whole square. All is under square root. Or if you want to use step deviation method, then you can root h under root of summation of fd square by summation of f minus summation of fd divide by you can, here you can use summation of f whole square. Okay everyone, so you can use this formula, and any of the formula you use you'll get the same value of the standard deviation here. So although in this question you don't have to use class interval with frequency, I believe you are well versed with the concept of class interval with frequency. When class interval with frequency is given, how to understand that. So you have to remember that either I talk about measure of dispersion or either I talk about measure of central tendency. Whatever we study, either arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median mode, quartile deviation, standard deviation, mean deviation, if you are seeing the class interval, it should be continuous in nature. If it not in continuous in nature, you have to make sure you have to convert that into continuous class interval, and then you can use the formula whatever required for you. Fine. So guys, here let's do this problem. Mean formula, I believe everyone knows mean. What is the formula of mean? If raw data is given, what is the formula of mean? So the mean formula is sum of data divided by the number of data. When class interval with frequency is given, then what is the formula of mean? Mean formula is sum of fx by sum of f. So formula part, I believe everyone is clear with formula part. So if you have doubt and all, you can ask anytime you doubt in the comment option. So here I just take city X. I just take city X. Okay, fine. Let me just put it here. So here I got the data of city X. Here I got the data of city X. So you can write in your notebook. You can write in your notebook. So you can write in your notebook. I hope this is visible to all of you. You can write in your notebook. So this is the data of city X. Okay. So guys, I hope you don't mind if I'm doing this in MS Excel. So I don't think anybody will have any doubt on that part. I'm doing everything step by step, so you don't have to panic on this part. So find the sum of x, do the sum of this, do the sum. So the good thing, because I'm using Excel, so I don't have to do manually. I don't have to use calculator, so I can do this part very easily because I'm using, so that advantage, because I'm using MS Excel. So the sum you'll get is 740. Okay, then once you get the sum as 740, then I can find the average on x. So I can find the average on x. So I can find the average on X. So you can, right, 10 data is there. So because you know that here 10 data is there, because you know that here because 10 data is there. So because you have 10 data, so what is the average? Average will be 740 divided by 10. So average will be 74. I don't think anybody will have doubt on this part. Once you get the average on X, that is 74, what you do, do the X square, the X value, what you got, X value, this was your X, this was your X, do the X square, do the X square. So X square, so 66 square is 4356, 64 square is what? 64, 16, then 64, 64 is then 68, then 3416, I guess so. So like that you can use calculator and you can find the square value. So here, because I'm using Excel, so I don't have to do manual calculation by using calculator. I hope you can pardon me for that part. You can easily understand this part. So you'll get the square value. So once you get the square value, square value, you can do the sum of this. So sum of this, you can do the sum of this. Fine. So sum of X square. So this is the sum of X square. So I hope this you understood. So this is sum of X square. So the sum of this is the sum of X square. So this is the sum of X square. Fine. So you can do this manual work. I hope you don't mind. I just, because I'm using Excel, so I don't have to waste my time. 66 square 4356, 64 square 4096, 72 square 5184, 78 square 6084. I hope you are understanding. This is 66 square, this is 64 square, this is 72 square, this is 78 square, this is 80 square, this is 85 square, this is 75 square, this is 60 square, this is 70 square. I hope you all are understanding, and you can use calculator to find this value. So this part, I think everyone understood this. Fine. So you got the sum of X square as, you got the sum of X square as 55,570. Clear everyone? So you got sum of X square, you got X. Sum of X is 740 and X bar is 74. Sum of X square is 55,570. Okay everyone? This part is clear everyone? So here, guys, for X, if I'm talking about X, for city X, if I'm talking about city X, if I'm talking about city X, if I'm talking about city X, then for city X, the average is 74. Clear everyone? Sum of X square you got as triple as sum of X square you got is 55570. You get is 55570. Okay, you know that n is 10. You know that n is 10, so I can find its standard deviation. Standard deviation formula is sum of X square by n minus X bar square. So standard deviation sum of X square is 55570 by 10 minus X bar. X bar is 74. So I can do 74 square. So I can find standard deviation as 5557 minus 74 square. What is 74 square, guys? What is 74 square? So 74 square, if I want 4 square, 16, 1 carry, 7 4s are 28, 28, 28 2s are 56, 57, 5 carry, 49 plus 5, 49 plus 5, 54, 5474, 5476. So 74 square. So what is 74 square, if I want to check is this correct or not? 74 square, that is 5476. So 74 square is 5476. Okay, so standard deviation of this will be 5557 minus 5476. So 5557 minus 5476. This is 1. This is 8, this is 0, this is 0. So you'll get root of 81 means standard deviation is 9. Standard deviation of city X is 9. Clear everyone? Any doubt anyone? So 5476, you can do this. Okay, so this value divide by 10. Okay, minus this value. So 1257 minus 5476. How much you'll get? 81, correct? Okay. So 81 square root is 9. So you get the standard deviation of x is 9. Once you get the standard deviation of x is 9, you can find the coefficient of variation of x, that is standard deviation of x divided by the mean of x into 100. So the standard deviation is 9, mean was 74, no? Into 100. Do this calculation. Mean was 74. Okay. Mean was 74. So you can find this. So 900 by 74, if you do 900 by 74, you will get 12.16216, 12.16216. This is the coefficient of variation of x. Clear everyone? So once you get the x value, same thing I can do for y. Once you get the x value, same thing I can do for y. Okay, so y, for y, when I'm talking about y, so I'll take y. I'll take y. Once I take y, I can do this sum. Okay, so this is the sum of y. You can do the sum of y. Guys, I believe you can use calculator, find the sum of y. Then find the y bar. Y bar will be 510 divided by 10. That will be 51. Clear everyone? So now once you get this y, you can find y square. 23 square 529, 37 square 1369. So 58 square, I can be wrong in 58. 58 means 50 plus 8, 64. Then 58 plus 8 is 66, 3364. So 3364. So you can check this. So you can find, you can use calculator. Okay, then okay, this is correct. So like this, you can use calculator, find this value, these square values. Okay, everyone. So you can do this. I think you can do this very well. Fine. So use calculator, find this value. Once you get this value, do the sum of this. So the sum of this is sum of y square. You get sum of y square as 33308 double 3048. You got the sum of y square, guys. Once you get the sum of y square, so for city y, if I do for city y, the mean value of y is how much? Mean value of y is 51. Okay, sum of y square, that is double 3048, n is 10. So I can find the standard deviation of y, that is under root of sum of y square by n minus y bar square. So the standard deviation of y, that is sum of y square, is 0048 by n minus y bar. Y bar is 51 square. 51 square is 2601, I believe so. I hope I'm not wrong. So standard deviation of y, that is triple double 304.8 minus 51 square. 52 is 26. 1 square is 01. So this is 2601. Okay, so do this, find this value. Okay, find this value. So find this value. You use calculator. So I don't like calculator, so I'm not using calculator. You can use calculator. So this is root of 703.8. So do the square root of this. So with this you'll get the standard deviation. Do the standard deviation. 26.5292. 26.5292. 26.5292. So you got the standard deviation of y. Once you get the standard deviation of y, I can find the coefficient of variation of y, that is standard deviation of y by mean of y into 100. So here I can write mean of y. So what is the standard deviation of y? That is 26.5292 divided by mean of y. Mean of y is how much? 51. 51 into 100. Do this calculation, guys. You can use calculator. Do this calculation. 52.01, 52.01, 52.0180 something, you'll get the answer. So with this, what I can say, with this I can say that coefficient of variance of x was how much? 12 point something, I guess. Coefficient of variance of x is 12.16216, 12.16216, 12.16216, and if I find the coefficient of variation of y, that is 52.018. So with this you can say that since the coefficient of variance of x is less than the coefficient of variance of y, so city x has more stable, 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 what? More stable, which stable prices. City x has more stable prices. So guys, I hope you understood this. So if you have liked this session, please click on the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone. See you all in next video.